need to know what you do down there. Like, what did you do? Kenya, what did you do when you did it? Miss USA was eating ass?
Be an arena with 15,000 people, but it's also televised. So I have to bring it or I will never live it down. She was just very upset with Drew.
You weren't even there with me, so what happened with me and Drew?
Hold on, Marlo, you're talking over me.
I can talk over you.
Here we go! Here the fuck we go!
I'm just talking to you. I'm not being nice. I'm
Okay, well
just
tell the
pointing
truth
out
then.
the
If you don't know what happened with me and Drew, you don't know what happened.
Is it that serious?
Summer is over, bitch. Winter is coming.
Oh, friend.
Stay out my goddamn door! Those in there. We're not no, that's bullshit.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're gonna be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 4. And this was definitely a filler episode. It's the same old, same old. Marlo was hell on heels, and Kenya was very much, for me, I feel like Kenya was doing a lot, but Marlo was very much doing the most towards the end. I feel like at the end, she really pissed me off because I'm just like, when you basically talk about kids, why are we going there with the kids? So I feel like that was very disrespectful. But y'all, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the bag.
All right, so the episode basically starts with Monyetta and Kenya. So they're over here doing choreography in their class, just rocking and rolling. And, you know, Monyetta got cool moves. I don't mind Monyetta during this season, but I feel like Monyetta is very pressed to get this peach. And I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, I don't mind her really going for Marlo, but I'm just like, when y'all go for Marlo, it's an easy read. Like, it's easy. We already know Marlo's gonna be the villain. She's always gonna be that. And I'm just like, it is what it is. So, yeah. So basically, Kenya talks about, you know, she's going to be going to Alabama for a halftime show sponsored by Kenya Moore Hair Care. And, you know, I'm so proud of Kenya because we saw last year she had her hair care in CVS, in Walmart. And I'm just like, girl, eat. But I mean, it is what it is. All right, so basically, Kenya, she talks about BravoCon and how her performance flopped. And like I said before, Twirl is not really my song. I'm just like, Kenya, at the end of the day, we get it. It's cute, but it's not really cute. I mean, it flopped for a reason. She sounded out of breath. She sounded winded. She's trying to be candid. She's not. I get it. But I mean, she's trying to take the necessary steps to up her performance. And I mean, I'm not mad at that. So like I said, she got Monyetta to help her with some steps. The boom, boom, cat, 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 like Lorianne Gibson. So I mean, let's do what you got to do. So in the middle of the conversation, I don't know if he tried to call Kenya, but Roy basically called Monyetta, was like, yo, what's up? And she's like, I'm with your girl, Kenya.
Look who this is.
How was the next session?
It's getting pretty sexy over here.
And, you know, Kenya, she's over here gushing over Roy. I mean, Roy is a fine white man. And I think what makes him even finer is because he got money. Who knows? Kenya's talking about, you know, he good in bed. So, I mean, cool. Maybe Kenya's over here looking a little bit more booty hole. But, you know, we transfer over to Sonia. Sonia's with her mother and her sister, basically having like a what to do meeting, like what's coming up next. Sonia is an NBC correspondent, and she talks about like track, and she does like Kentucky Derby. And, you know, I really feel like Sonia is definitely stepping into her career bag. So I'm happy about that. But Sonia is putting a lot of pressure on her family members because her sister works for her mother works for her, and her brother-in-law is her personal assistant. So basically she tells her sister, like, yeah, you know, Ross, he definitely wants y'all to basically get out the house. Like, but she brings that up and then says it with, you know, even though he wants y'all to leave, I want y'all to at least stay here for a little bit more. And with that whole conversation is, I get that, you know, at the end of the day, they do need to get out the house. Like, at the end of the day, like, y'all have to grow on your own, push, and do what you got to do. Like, you stayed there, you benefit off of her. She helped you out because, you know, Sonia is a public figure, went to the Olympics, has gold medals, and she used her platform to basically help her family out. And they moved there to basically help her out, right? But I feel like it was kind of the wrong place to say that your husband wants them to like leave and like just have y'all in the house when you don't want them to leave. I felt like it was wrong time, wrong place. I feel like that's why the sister got up and just like, okay, it is what it is. So Sonia already feels like she feels the tension between her brother-in-law and her sister. So she's just like, you know, I don't want to mess up my relationship with my sister because that's my blood. Later on in the episode, we found out that he quit. So Sonia basically is stuck in a rock and a hard place. So it is what it is. Hoping she can figure it out, right? So we go over to Marlo's house. Marlo is with her nephews. They basically get ready for that photo shoot that they did during Halloween. And she's with her sister as well, Crystal. So they're all talking about the whole, you know, her nephew getting shot.
He has on a chef outfit, and that's at Old Lady Gang in the kitchen cooking. Quentin was so excited. He was working for Old Lady Gang. So at the funeral,
Crystal's getting emotional, this, that, and the third. And Marlo's whole thing was like, well, you know, the girls, I brought up the whole situation about Candy and her restaurant being shot up with bullet holes. So she's like, you know, they want to always throw in my face about my past and my record and how me slicing the girl in her face. But I'm like, Marlo, I get that, and you want to get your record expunged. I'm not mad at that. Do what you got to do. So that's why she contacted Courtney. Courtney comes over because Courtney is a crisis manager, so she's trying to help, you know, with contacts, try to get Marlo's record expunged. Cool, because it happened 20 years ago. Cool. But however, Marlo, you should have never did what you did. You have multiple, you have a laundry list of a record. So I'm like, I get that you want to have that expunged, but I mean, you did what you did. It is a learning lesson, and it was something that probably had to stay with you for the rest of your life because you did what you did. You've been in and out of jail, no shade. I still, you know, no shade. But I mean, if you get it expunged, kudos to you. But it's still gonna always be there. People already know. So I mean, your mugshots are out there. So I mean, hey.
I delivered, not to send a card. It's just bothered me for years since him passing, is that she never acknowledged it. What would you have said?
It's just kind of weird that she is so hell-bent on, oh, Candy knows this, that, and the third. And then, like I said before, it happened some years ago. And last I checked, didn't they have a conversation on camera about it? This whole situation with Drew and Marlo, I got where Marlo was coming from to an extent. But they were like, oh, well, you know, Marlo was being so aggressive towards Drew. She dabba dubba dubba dabba dubba dubba doo. But we're not about to act like Drew wasn't giving her that energy back. It was just towards the end where I feel like that came out of nowhere when she told her, like, basically, my nephew died, bitch.
Really? My nephew is dead, bitch.
That part was where it lost me because I was like,
where's this coming from?
It was out of nowhere, right? So we transfer over to Sheree. She's over here at her OBGYN, and she's basically having pain because she has fibroids.
Actually, the bleeding should stop at some point, but these fibroids are awful. This excessive bleeding, it's up my love life, because have you seen my man?
This is the same thing that happened with Giselle in Potomac, but Giselle want to never talk about what she's going through. This is all Giselle had to do. You know, just sprinkle it into your storyline. That's it. But you know, Giselle, only thing Giselle worried about is someone else's man and making that her storyline, but to each his own. So she basically has a lemon-sized fibroid in her uterus, and you know, that's something that she might get reduced or get taken out, but she's basically trying to figure out if she's going to do like a 2-week out of the gym and sex, or 6 weeks. So it's something she's really got to figure out what she wants to do. So I'm not mad. Figure it out. Thank you for sharing your story, Sheree. We go to Sonia and, you know, her family photo shoot. Her sister says she's sick, but Sonia feels like she just skipped out.
My sister's sick. Bullshit. She probably sick of me.
This is mad at her because basically, you know, her husband wants them out the house and her brother-in-law quit. And that's Sonia's sister's husband. So you already know they probably having pillow talk and just talking about Sonia like, oh, she's this, she's that, she's da 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 da. The sister feel like, you know, Sonia is just self-centered and she only care about herself.
I don't know if I didn't handle it with enough care because Tyrell quit. Say what? How come he never said anything to me? Did I do something?
A lot of people are like that. Especially when you have family members that are, you know, in the spotlight, or people that are only child, and they feel like the world revolves around them, self-centered, and it's just like you don't think about anybody else but what you have going on. So I feel like Sonia is very much she's an Olympic athlete. She has so much going on compared to her family, no shade. So it's one of those things where it's just like, oh, well, you know, I have all this going on, but what about me? I need to get my hair done. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? It's like, okay, I don't have no problem doing that. We family, we friends, we sisters, we this and the third, but what about me? So I get that's where she's coming from, you know. All the girls are heading to Birmingham. Instead of meeting at Kenya's house, Kenya's like, we're gonna meet at Sheree house because my driveway is a driveway from hell and it's a roller coaster. We're not going to mine. So they meet at Sheree's house, and you know, Drew is sick. She said she got the flu, and Candy has a prior engagement at the Ebony Power event, so they're not going. So everybody else is going, and they're over here. They get into the car. Everybody's kikiing, having a good time. Marlo show up late, but you know, the girls go on the road trip. They kikiing. Kenya is coughing up a storm, and Marlo's over here hacking up mucus like. I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that, because what are we doing? Why are we over here? Okay, the panorama was about 2 years ago. I don't play. You sneeze, cough, none of that. No. Get away from me. Happened to skip across and get the topic of eating some booty. Now, I mean, I'm not mad at the topic, but you know, the girls are just like, who's eating booty? Who's doing that? I mean, some people say it might be a delicacy, child.
It would have suit his ass in my face. I don't even know what to do down there. Like, Kenya, what did you do when you did it? Miss USA was eating ass?
But they get on the fact, and we learned that Kenya, you know, she dabbled in the forbidden fruit. Basically go, and we see the girls actually get to the university, and they meet Coach Nile, and they're learning how to buck.
1, 2, yes, 3 to the left.
Wait, my shoe came loose.
Buck if you buck. And I'm like, okay, that's cute. So the girls are doing their dancing, and they're like trying to practice. I feel like Marlo and Sonia was eating. They look really good. Winding the waist. I thought Marlo looked good, so I'm not even gonna hate. Even though Marlo turned my nerves up, I thought Marlo looked good, and Sonia. Kenya basically runs off to practice for the halftime show that she's gonna be a part of, and she's basically keeping that from the girl.
Halftime show. It will be an arena with 15,000 people, but it's also televised. So I have to bring.
So that was the theme of this episode, where the girls are like, okay, why is Kenya always running off? Why is Kenya always basically being like so secretive, right? So that's really what sparked this whole situation. So she run off, and they're over here doing their little dancing, doing this and that third, and then all of a sudden they come back. They're judging the girls. Like I said, I thought Marlo and Sonia ate. You see, Kenya's over here whispering to Mariana like, "Oh, that's stripper moves about Marlo." I'm just like, girl, Kenya, like at the end, you gotta be fair. And we already know this is gonna be shade. It's gonna be she don't like her, so we get it. So I feel like it was biased. So they were like, "Oh, the winner is Sheree."
Sheree.
Womp. Tomato. Girl, bye. So the girls are basically going out to eat after the whole bucking class. And you know, Kenya brings up Drew and Marlo blow up.
He was saying it was a fight between Drew and Marlo.
You see, Marlo gonna humble me.
Oh, he no.
She's like, well, you know, at the end of the day, Marlo, Drew said you were so aggressive to her throughout the whole conversation, and you did this, that, and the third, and she just didn't like that. And Marlo's like, girl, stop. She was like, if you weren't there in the conversation, stop. Why are you talking? Why are you even bringing it up? Stop.
You weren't even there with me, so what happened with me and
Hold
Drew?
on, Marlo, you're talking over me.
I can talk over you.
Then.
If you don't know what happened with me and Drew, you don't know what happened.
And Kenya's like, girl, why are you being so aggressive right now? Why are you being so rude to me? And low-key, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still here for Kenya, but Kenya, you really was a little bit gaslighting Marlo, because I do agree with what Marlo said. If you weren't there, you can't speak for Drew. You can't speak on something and then make it seem like it's fact if you weren't there. But Marlo, you were very much pointed in your tone, in the way that you were coming at Drew, and I just didn't like that. I felt like at the end of the day, you were very passionate about what you're talking about the death of your nephew. I get that. But towards the end of the conversation, it went to,
It was on my family. My nephew is dead, bitch.
And you just went crazy. I don't know why, but child. So they over here having this heated little exchange.
Is what personality she wants to present to the world, and she often presents the fake one.
Like, Marlo, even though I feel like at the end of this episode, you were dead ass wrong, you got to really learn how to control yourself, because therapy, you said, it's working for you. Girl, I'm still trying to figure out where. But you really got to figure out how can you control yourself, because you're letting these girls bait you and paint you out to be not a villain, but girl,
Deplorable.
right? So the producers are basically showing that Marlo was seated throughout the whole conversation and just trying to have her side. But yes, you were seated through the conversation, but you still got up in her face when you left. Like I said before, I feel like Marlo was trying to find a moment, and since Drew didn't give her the moment with Candy, Marlo made the moment with Drew. All the girls, Kenya's like, okay, what we're about to do, bro, we go to this fancy charity event. It's about to be so cute, about to be so nice, so fetch. And she was like, you need to put your best dress on. You need to put everything on, make it so glamorous. So I'm just like, okay, they about to go to like an amazing event. Cool. So the girls go upstairs. It's 5:30. Kenya tells them to be downstairs by 7. So me, I feel like I'm if you're gonna leave, let's just leave. You know, if you give me a set time, I'm gonna try to be there. If you don't give me a set time, then so she basically gives them set time. The only 2 people are on time, which was Mayetta and I think it was Mayetta and Courtney and who else? Someone else. But basically, I did not like when Mayetta came downstairs and she had her little sparkly jumpsuit on, and Kenya was like, this is a fancy party. You need to go upstairs and change.
Manietta, really? That outfit is not appropriate. We're going to a nice charity event. We're not going to a strip club.
And Mayetta actually went upstairs to change. I'm like, Mayetta, you are a grown-ass 40-year-old woman. How are you going to let Kenya tell you what to wear and what not to wear? But Mayetta, she went upstairs, she changed, and she got there in time. And like she said in her confessional, she was just like, okay, they're just being petty. But I'm like, Mayetta, you shouldn't let that girl make you change, especially after we saw the event and what the event looked like. I wouldn't have changed for nothing because the event was low, but let me not even go there because I just feel it's disrespectful. Like, I would never tell one of my friends like, oh, what you're wearing is horrible, change. I'm like, if you feel confident in it, girl, go ahead. Like, I will help you. If you ask for my advice, I'm gonna give you my advice. But Mayetta, if she felt sexy in it, she felt sexy in it. Wow, and that's supposed to be your good friend, Kenya. I just felt like this is why people say that Mayetta is a minion to Candy and Kenya. Girls get there and leave. Sonia and Marlo left. Mind you, the report time to leave was 7. They didn't leave to 7:40 because Kenya's trying to be accommodating. Sonia and Marlo didn't start leaving until 8:35. Now, I would have been highly upset because this is for charity and, you know, Kenya's basically the face of this whole situation. So they're on their way, but Kenya and all the other girls are already there. So they're over here, they're walking in. Kenya's like, what is this? Oh, this is real cocktail-ish. Ooh. So basically the event was like a fanfare. All the there were fans there. They were like, oh my God, the Housewives, can we take a picture? Can I get a hug? And they're just like, okay, what is this? So when Sonia and Marlo come in, Marlo's like, oh girl, what is this? So she goes to the bar, she's like, okay, can I get a bottle with some sparklers, this and the third? So Sonia sees Kenya, she's like, girl, y'all really left us, what is up? And Kenya's like, I mean, y'all was late. And Marlo's like, well, you didn't call me. And Kenya's like, girl, I got your number. Because like Marlo, the thing about Marlo does such horrible things to people and says some of the nastiest stuff about people that are her quote unquote friends. But then she would turn around and be like, hey girl, what's going on? Let's talk. No, you just said that my mother can rot in hell. No. It's just one of those things where I just feel like, Marlo, you try, but why? Right? So they see the sparkler. Everybody's like, yeah, get the champagne. They go upstairs, and basically the producers tell them that they got kicked out by the host.
Cameras and the lights and the sparklers. Yeah, people are focusing on you guys instead of the event. Okay. So basically production got kicked out. I didn't get kicked out.
They tell them like, look, y'all are causing too much of a distraction to this charity. Too many people are focusing on y'all instead of focusing on the charity. So they asked y'all, could y'all leave? So Kenya basically breaks the news to the girls, and she's like, okay, you know, we could do our dancing, we could do our whining, but let's do it at the hotel. They're like, why? She's like, girl, we got kicked out. So it is kind of embarrassing a little bit because Kenya, you are the face of this. You are like one of the faces that brought these people out to this charity, and for y'all to get kicked out, I mean, I get it, but They get back to the hotel. All the girls are downstairs. Kenya is upstairs. Now, we've known for like the past 2 seasons, since Kenya has like full custody of her daughter, she brings her daughter with her on these trips.
I'm not coming here. Are you serious? And Blue Ridge.
I had a house, so you're not staying with us?
Summer is over, bitch. Winter is coming.
Now, I don't think they probably knew. I'm not saying they did or not, child, I don't know. But maybe they didn't know that Brooklyn was in the room with her. So they were all downstairs talking about, why is Kenya not with us? Why is she not having fun with us? She always skips out, this and the third.
Monyetta was there too, her good girl.
They go upstairs, we about to go to her room. So they go to her room. They start knocking on her door, just banging. And it's not just Marlo. Now, Marlo was the loudest, and Marlo was the last one to bang on the door when she opened it. So she thought it was Marlo. Even though, I mean, I just feel like all of them participated, and I feel like all of them should be at fault. But I feel like this is what takes it over the edge for Marlo.
She said her dog's in there. We're not no, that's bullshit.
Because, you know, they all kicked on the door, they all banged on the door to get Kenya to come out because they trying to have fun with her.
Quote unquote.
But when Kenya was like,
who's banging on my goddamn door?
My daughter's in here. So when she said my daughter was in here, that's when they should have stopped and they should have just retreated and went downstairs to mind their fucking business. But Marlo kept going. She's like, oh, I don't care. It's disrespectful. But my whole thing, Marlo, you heard that she said her daughter was in there. Maybe you didn't because Kenya might be mic'd up. I don't know. But when you opened the door and she said, are you crazy? My daughter's in here. You should have left it alone. But you kept going and kept going and kept going. So that's why the fans are going to tear you up. Girl, I cannot defend you. I am sorry, girl. You are on your own, girl. I cannot. But at the end of the day, that was the end of the episode. And Marlo, I don't know how she's going to flip from this because Kenya, from the next episode, it seems like she's going to tell all the girls to go home. But I don't think they do because Kenya has some type of health problems. So we're going to see what's going on with that. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Are you on Kenya's side or are you on Marlo's side? A dumb question, but let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for all the support and the love. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.